Hi VC, Dale Gateful 33 here to do the next instalment episode in the series I'm doing called Lost in the Collection, where I pick 5 records from the long list of records I have in my vinyl spreadsheet that I haven't played in at least the last 5 years, and give them a listen and see what I think, having revisited them. This week is episode 13, and the theme is I picked five artists, one for each of the vowels. So an A, an E, an I, an O, and a U. So let's get on with it, and I'll do it in that order. So first up for A. Doesn't really need much introduction or description. I think a modern classic, Arcade Fire and their debut album Funeral. So Canadian band. In my view, this is a great album. I think they did 3 top albums or great albums, their first 3 albums, and then I think they've tailed off a bit since, but I think they've got a new album coming out soon, but I probably would certainly give that a listen digitally before I bought it. But yeah, this is full of standout tracks, great tracks, and I bought this on CD when it came out, and only bought the vinyl record probably 6 or 7 years ago. Hence, it's probably not been played because I haven't felt the need to play it, other than the first time I played it. So I think for me, the standout track on this that I've included in many playlists I've made for the car is Rebellion Lies. I think that's a fantastic anthem. So great album, Arcade Fire, Funeral. Okay, that's the A. The E is ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, and their album Face the Music. This is probably my second favourite ELO record after New World Record. So those two kind of came consecutively, I think, from memory, and probably this marked the end of, I think, the best period of ELO. I think when they went into their much more commercial stuff, I think they got a little bit overblown in my estimation, in my opinion. But this, is a great album. The sort of, if you like, most well-known tracks from it, Evil Woman and Strange Magic. But great album, Face the Music. Okay, the I is Iron Maiden and the album Power Slave. So occasionally you need to blow the cobwebs away, and this is a great album to blow the cobwebs away too. So it opens with Aces High and 2 Minutes to Midnight, which are both great, if you like, UK heavy metal or new wave of heavy metal tracks. And it finishes with Power Slave and the epic Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. So sort of 4 tracks to bookend a great album. There's good stuff in between, but those are really stand out, and so enjoyed cranking this one up. Okay, next is O and the Ohio Players. So this is, what is it, funk, soul? Didn't really enjoy this apart from one track. So I felt this was there's the guys there, 70s excess at its best. I felt the funky wasn't my kind of funky. It was kind of weakish disco type style, and the ballads were too syrupy. Apart from the track What the Hell, which is what the hell. This was kind of a little bit of a wig out, almost psychedelic soul, all over the place, and actually really enjoyed that, and would almost potentially keep the album just for that track. It's very different. The rest can leave it. So that is, we've whizzed through A, E, I and O, so we're just left with U. So complete change of mood, change of style. English folk, very folk. So the Unthanks are well, it's a group, but it's prominent members are the two singers. There they are, Becky and Rachel Unthank. They're from the northeast. I think they come from a family of folk singers who do real traditional a cappella in the pub folk songs. They do clog dancing and all sorts. But this has got a bit more arrangement to it, but it's a beautiful song. They're very delicate, and their voices, both individual vocals and harmony vocals, are very haunting and really, really beautiful. And I think this is a really good album as a revisit. This leapt much better than I remembered. It's a double album, but on 3 sides, 60 odd minutes. I think they could maybe have done without the etching and stretched it out to 4 sides. It would have been a little bit, because it's a little bit crackly. I don't know if that makes any difference, whether it's the pressing is the pressing. But really enjoyed it, particularly the first disc. So the first disc on its own is a fantastic album. The second disc, the third side, is still got some good stuff on it, but I think to me the first disc makes a great album. But really enjoyed this. So and this probably then is a highlight of the week for me, just because I'm very familiar with that already, and this was probably what I expected, but it had the bonus of What the Hell, which I didn't remember, and when I listened to it I thought that's good, but the rest of the album isn't. So where are we? Nearly 7 minutes. So rush through that, and off now to pick a theme and pick some records for next week's instalment. So, and I think I've got a weekend off this weekend. Might be able to get out in the garden, do something else, listen to some records, see my wife, as there's no, well, I was promised there's no Richard McCook madness going on this weekend. Okay, VC, cheers, bye.